Hey guys, I have to tattoo a bike. No normal person ever would tattoo a bike, but I will be, and it's going to be epic.
I will draw Japanese tattoo graphics, then strip the frame to shoulder or carbon fiber and of course paint the tattoos on the frame, but let's start from scratch. And that means putting the frame in my media blasting cabinet and boom! Blast on the brand new factory paint of the Cervelo. And if you haven't had a heart attack from stripping the paint, it's time to calm down. I on the other end are heading up to the studio to design the first Japanese tattoo. And these graphic jobs are typical sundowners. That means one of these graphics takes me around about 5 to 6 hours until the windows in the background turn black. And maybe you ask yourself, where does all the inspiration for my artworks come from? And it's every time the same answer: from nature, from my garden with all its flowers, and of course from my little pond if I have to draw koi fish. And it's super easy. I only have to feed them a little bit, and then I'm using an Insta360 for some cool action shots. And yes, a bike has not only a left side, it has also a right side, and a real Japanese tattoo needs also some Japanese dragons. And yes, I have to admit, I don't have dragons, but I have a dog. So let's don't call them dragons, let's call them foo dogs. Such a... yeah. And here they are, the main graphics for the tattoo bike. On the left are typical koi fish swimming upstream, and on the right are the foo dogs or guardian lions. I must admit that I know nothing about Japanese culture, so please forgive me if my drawings are not quite accurate. And this is just the beginning of a long road, because now I need to create outlines to scan them. And even if I don't show you this, believe me, this project will cost me a sunset or two. This part of the video is supported by Jackery. Making these videos can be expensive in terms of both money and energy. I use a lot of light, so I use video lamps. And you can see me in front of a graphics tablet, which of course needs a laptop. And to edit your videos, I need a powerful PC with of course 2 monitors. The i9-4900K and the 4070 Ti graphics card use up to 600 watts when rendering the videos in 4K. I already consume around 425 watts in idle mode alone. However, I have a balcony and can now generate exactly the energy I need during the day while being disconnected from the grid. The Jackery HomePower 2000 Ultra solar generator with 4 200 watt solar panels helps me generate up to 800 watts of electricity. Installation is super simple. I just need to connect the unit to a wall outlet and start using the solar energy. I can use the electricity myself or store it in a Jackery with the extra battery or feed it to the grid to minimize my electricity bill. And the really good thing about that is that I can monitor everything with the Jackery home app and are already generating all the electricity I need for this video on this sunny day. But now let's go ahead with the artwork. Oh yes, I know you want to see the real deal, color on the frame, custom painting, but before I can do that I have to digitize my artworks with my graphic board. And I'm using Adobe Fresco if you're interested, but I can't recommend Fresco for you because you're not able to save your original artwork on your hard drive, on your PC or your laptop. You have to store it in the Adobe Cloud, which is nuts. The only thing you can do is export a file, export a PDF or an SVG, and the SVG is exactly what I need for my sign maker to cut stencils in a vinyl foil. So that's the reason why I'm using Fresco. So Adobe gives you Fresco and you give your data to Adobe. Be aware of that. I use a special low-tech masking film, and if you would like to use this too, you will find a link to it and to the paints I use in the video description below. The raw carbon frame requires a special carbon primer before the tattoo design can be applied. And yes, Sandra is also used. After priming, all parts must be sanded again using 600 grit sandpaper. And now I'm going to start the insane jigsaw puzzle that will keep me busy for weeks. Every single gap has to be filled with color and then masked again. It took me over 2.5 weeks to fill in every space. As you can see on the right side on my table, I use only special inks for all the airbrush artwork. I have also included links to the inks in the video description below. And the same amount of work applies for the handlebars. I spray a koi fish on the left side and one of the guardian lions or foo dogs on the right. Just sit back, relax and watch me do the work. And what you can see me doing here is going back and forth with the masking tape That means I'll paint a section of one specific color, mask all these spaces, and then I go on with the next color. And I've decided to spray the Cervelo logo before the graphics in the background, and I'm not really sure why. It doesn't really matter if you spray the graphics first and then the logo, but this time I'm going with the logo first and afterwards I do all the graphics in the background. But I have to mask all these white stripes of the logo typing again, which is a bit of extra work. Next, I have to reprint the serial number and the UCI label. I saved the data for this from the frame before I media blasted the factory paintwork. And the sheet I'm using is a special water transfer foil. Just put it in a bucket of water and then you can slide it on the frame. And finally, after what feels like an eternity of work, it's time for the clear coat. I use a matte 2-component high solid clear coat because I particularly like the matte finish. There are no reflections to disturb the tattoo artwork and every detail is visible. Yeah, that's it. 3 weeks of work squeezed into a 15-minute video. Don't forget to leave me a comment and tell me what you think about this project. And now, are you ready for the unveiling of the bike? Here it is. Thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.